So, good afternoon everyone. My topic is all about common economy, characteristics, pros, cons, and example. So, definition. A common economy is where a central government makes all economic decisions. Either the government or a collective owns the land and the means of production. It doesn't rely on the laws of supply and demand that operate in a market economy. A common economy also ignores the customs that guide a traditional economy. So, ang common economy, mo na siya ang form sa economy where ang central government mo ang naghimo sa tanang desisyon sa economy. So, ang yuta o ang kasangkapan sa production, gipanag-iya sa gobyerno o sa kolektibo. Wala kini nagasalig sa balaod sa supply o demand nga nag-operate sa usa ka market economy. So, 5 characteristics of a common economy. So, ang una, the government creates a central economic plan. The 5-year plan sets economic and societal goals for every sector and region of the country. Shorter-term plans convert the goal into actionable objectives. So, ani nga characteristic, ang gobyerno naghimo sila og kanang central economic plan mo ang 5-year plan nga sa gaset sila kining economic o mga societal goals for every sector o kining sa matag sektor o matag rehiyon sa nasod. So, number 2. The government allocates all resources according to the central plan. It tries to use the nation's capital, labor, and natural resources in the most efficient way possible. It promises to use each person's skills and abilities to their highest capacity. It seeks to eliminate unemployment. So, sa ikaduha, ang gobyerno nag-allocate sila or kanang nagahin sila or ilang gigahin ang tanang resources or according or sumala sa kanang sa ilang gikuan nga central plan. So ilang gisulayan ang paggamit sa kanang capital sa kining nasod, dayon labor o kanang mga natural resources sa mas epektibo nga kaning pamaagi. Dayon ilang gisulayan ang kaning kapital sa nasod, labor o natural resources aron masulbad ang kahimtang sa kada tawo ug aron masulbad ang kaning unemployment bitaw kining walay mga trabaho ang mga tawo. Number 3. The central plan sets the priorities for the production of all goods and services. These include quotas and price controls. Its goal is to supply enough food, housing, and other basics to meet the needs of everyone in the country. It also sets national priorities. These include mobilizing for war or generating robust economic growth. So, ang central plan, gaset sila mga priorities para sa kining production sa tanang goods o mga services. Then, ga-include diri ang mga quotas o kining pag-control sa mga price. And ang ilang goal is kining makasupply sila og enough food, housing, o other nga kining basic needs sa tawo nga gapuyo within the kaning country. Number 4. The government owns monopoly businesses. These are in industries them essential to the goals of the economy. That usually includes finance, utilities, and automotive. There is no domestic competition in these sectors. So, ang gobyerno nagtag-iya sila og kining mga monopoly businesses. Gi-include dinhi ang kining industries nga nay murag essential goals sa economy. Nay murag mga importanteng goals sa economy. Dayon ilang gi-include diri ang kining finance, utilities and automotive. So ani pud nga characteristic is wala sila nagkuhan og domestic competition sa ilang sector. Number 5. The government creates laws, regulations, and directives to enforce the central plan. Businesses follows the plan's production and hiring targets. They can't respond on their own to free market forces. Quickly mobilize economic resources on a large scale. They can execute massive projects, create industrial power, and meet social goals. They are slowed down by lawsuits from individuals or environmental impact statements. So, ang plan economy is dili sila maka-mobilize sa mga economic resources. Dili sila maka-execute sa mga massive projects, mga dagkong mga projects, makakuan sila makahimo o kining mga great industrial power. Or maka-create sila og power sa industry or ilahang ma-meet or makabot ang ilahang social goals nga ilang gikuan sa plan economies. So, kaduha, common economies can wholly transform societies to conform to the government's vision. The previous owners attend re-education classes. Workers receive new jobs based on the government's assessment of. So, ang common economy, transform siya as kining society para sa to conform the government's vision. Kung unsa ang kining vision sa government. The new administration nationalizes private companies. So ang previous owner ni attend siya og re-education classes. So, workers receive new jobs based on the government's assessment of their skills. So ang mga workers naka-receive sila og mga bag-ong mga trabaho based sa ilahang kung unsa ilang kaning capacity or mga skills bitaw. Ito. Disadvantages. This rapid mobilization often means common economies mow down other societal needs. For example, the government tells workers what jobs they must fulfill. It discourages them from moving. The goods it produces aren't always based on consumer demand, but citizens find a way to fulfill their needs. They often develop a shadow economy or black market. It buys and sells the things in the common economy isn't producing. Leaders' attempts to control this market weaken support for them. So they often produce too much of one thing and not enough of another. It's difficult for the central planners to get up-to-date information about measure or control demand. Instead, rationing of things becomes necessary. Demand economies discourage innovation. They reward business leaders for following directives. This doesn't allow for taking the risk. Reward required to create new solutions. Common economies struggle to produce the right export and at global market prices. It's challenging for central planners to meet the needs of the domestic market. Meeting the needs of international market is even more complex. So, examples. Belarus. This former Soviet satellite is still a common economy. The government owns 80% of the country's businesses and 75% of its banks. China. After World War II, Mao Zedong created a society ruled by communism. He enforced a strictly planned economy. The current leaders are moving toward a market-based system. They continue to create 5-year plans to outline economic goals and objectives. So, Cuba. Sa Cuba, si Fidel Castro's 1959 revolution installed a communism and a planned economy. So, ang Soviet Union nagsabiday siya sa Cuba's economy until 1990. So the government is ang gobyerno incorporating market reforms to spur growth. Sa Iran is the government controls 60% of the economy through state-owned businesses. It used price controls and subsidies to regulate the market. This created recessions which it has ignored. So instead, it devolved resources to expanding its nuclear capability. The United Nations imposed sanctions, worsening its recessions. The economy improved once the nuclear trade deal ended sanctions in 2015. Sa Libya, in 1969, Muammar Gaddafi created a common economy reliant upon oil revenues. So most Libyans work for the government. Gaddafi had been insulting reforms to create a market-based economy, but his 2011 assassination halted these plans. So sa North Korea, after World War II, President Kim II created the world's most centrally planned economy. So it created food shortages, malnutrition, and several bouts of mass starvation. Most state resources go into building up the military. Russia, in 1917, Vladimir Lenin created the first communist common economy. So the Russian people were ready for a radical change, having suffered starvation during World War I. So Joseph Stalin built up military might and quickly rebuilt the economy after World War II. So the Soviet State Planning Committee, or GOST plan, has been the most studied common economy entity. So the USSR was also the longest running common economy, lasting from the 1930s until the late 1980s. Then the state transferred ownership of the largest companies to oligarchs.